Let's talk about cults. Now, when someone hears the word cult, we're usually imagining a group of people in black robes in some undisclosed underground location involving themselves in twisted, dark, occult practices. Now, I'm certain those things do exist. That's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about right now is the cults that have formed all across this spiritual landscape that we're seeing these days. And it's very important to understand and address them. Now, let's also understand this. If not all, most religions are cults. They started that way at least. They started with a person or a group of people that had a certain philosophy, a certain ideology, a certain way of life, or style of worship that just resonated with people and stuck. And a group and a community formed around it. Now, if this group and community stays small, it's a cult. If it grows large into the millions, it's a religion. Fundamentally, it's the same thing. Now, it's very important to understand and accept that if this is helping people, it's benefiting people, it gives them a sense of virtue and value, some spiritual progression, and helps them get rid of bad thought patterns and habits they may have. That's good. We're human beings. We thrive in an environment of community and companionship. And to have like-minded people that can pick you up every time you fall down, and people you can rely on and lean on. So for that reason, these things can have tremendous benefit if they're run correctly, and they actually have structured practices that actually give people benefit, especially in their spiritual path and journey. We need to talk about the other side of this as well. There is a overload of people who are highly skilled, highly manipulative people, and they know how to disarm you from your most valuable spiritual tool. The thing you're born with, that internal spiritual compass that you have inside of you that tells you deep inside of your bones that you're in the wrong place and on the wrong people and you need to get out of here. And when that's taken away from you, you're very vulnerable and you may lose your entire life. Decades of your life may be gone. You may be taken advantage of financially, emotionally, psychologically, sexually. Whatever they want, they'll get from you when they break you down to that level. And it's important to understand that they are better at manipulation than you are at detecting the manipulation. And that's why people find themselves in this situation. So in order to help people in this process and identify that that's what they may be, we wrote a book. It's called Spirituality for Sale. In this book, we definitely identify the concepts of cults, the red flags to look out for, the situations and scenarios you might find yourself in to be able to identify that that's somewhere you need to get out of. We also addressed a lot of the dark tents of what we're calling the spiritual carnival. Things you need to look out for, things you need to understand, and things you need to anticipate as you progress along your spiritual journey. I think there's some valuable things in here that you need to check out and read, and be safe out there.